Well, if it isn't my good friend Orendir. By Mahal, it's been a while. I certainly didn't expect you there now. You came here all the way from the southern land? Was the road good, my friend?
Hello there, my little friend. The road was okay. Lots of rain this time of the year, but no ugly surprise. Except this cursed overflowed river of the bad.
Now, take a seat and have a drink. You look like a beggar.
Nah, I'm not thirsty. Not in the mood for it.
I understand. We have our own troubles here, too.
Troubles? What are you talking about? What troubles in the Blue Mountains?
I'm pretty sure you already know that our hands, this dwarf clan of no good. Lately, they have asked for negotiation to be held with my people, and Dwalin asked for my father's help dealing with it, who in turn asked for my own help. The land is safer than years ago, but we still have work to do.
Aren't those hands considered as your people? They're dwarves. How come?
A tricky question indeed. To answer this, I'd have to tell you a real story.
I have time. Tell me your story.
Well, that would be the story of the Dwarven clans. My story begins before the land we live on even existed. Before notions like Arda or Andor existed. In the beginning, there was nothing.
Nothing, hey? Boring.
No comment on that. So, after there was nothing, here comes Eru Ilúvatar, who creates the Valar. So, I'm not going to talk about all that they did. All that is important is that Arda, the land, was built.
I don't recognize this map. Wait a minute, it is a map of a flat Earth?
Yes it is, and no, I'm not going to talk about it. So, now there is the land and the Valar. And Eru Ilúvatar stands above all, preparing to create life in the form of elves. But now, here comes into the story Ole, a Vala, also known as Mahal for us dwarfs, which means maker. He loves crafting and hammers, and is so impatient to teach his work and his knowledge that he's decided to create living beings that would fit his vision. They would be strong and unyielding, able to resist the will of others, and above all, would share his love for creation.
Construction complete.
Was the first dwarf.
But I thought elves were called firstborn because they were the first living being creatures.
You're correct, and Eru thought so. So he called upon Mahal to destroy his creation.
Cancel.
And Mahal obeyed, even if it was painful to do so. But just before he could strike them, Eru changed his mind and decided to adopt them. They would be set asleep under the mountains, so that the elves would be the firstborn to roam the land.
Holy, hey! Sorry for what I told you earlier. I was pissed that you created something before me. I was jealous. I didn't want to hurt you.
Do you mean it? Because I certainly don't want to hurt them either. Well, just look at them. They're all so small and whipping it. Hey, ha! Gotcha! No, never mind. I missed. It's crushing my heart to... well, literally trying to crush them.
Well, I'm your daddy, and I tell you can keep them.
Really? Well, thanks, Dad.
But hear me, for there is a catch. They will be put to sleep so that the elves will actually be the firstborn.
Oh, well, if it fits.
Also, they'll be small and ugly.
I don't think that.
And elves and dwarves will hate each other for reasons. Yes.
Eh? So the dwarves were kept asleep under the mountains, waiting for the elves to awake. There were 7 dwarfs under the mountain, and those were called the 7 fathers of the dwarf. The world was young. The elves were finally created. The first stage of the world had started. The 7 fathers woke up a century after the apparition of the elves.
7 fathers? I thought Durin was the true and only dwarf lord.
Ah, you are talking about Durin the Deathless, one of the 7 fathers. You see, each father created his own clan. And so were created the Firebirds, the Broombeams, the Iron Fists, the Stonefoots, the Blacklocks, the Stiffbeards, and finally the Longbeards, led by Durin the Deathless. This last one, as you can guess, is our clan. We also call ourselves Durin's folk. Each of the clans went on its own way. Durin the Deathless led our clan, the Longbeard, into the misty mountains and founded Khazad-dûm. Firebirds and Broombeams went to live in the Eredluin, the Blue Mountains, and founded the great cities of Tumun-Zahar and Gabil-Gatol. Stonefoots and Blacklocks dwelt in the Orokarni, the Red Mountains in the east, by the south. Stiffbeard went to the northern Orokarni, and so did the Iron Fists. We have few contacts with this last clan, as they are way too greedy, xenophobic, and warmongers for our taste.
Sounds dwarvish enough, hey?
We also have a long-lasting grudge with them about Mount Gundabad. This is where Durin woke from his long sleep. So when we don't fight over this place against goblins, we occasionally fight against Iron Fists.
So you don't like each other, just as we men fight each other as different people?
Our kind can be lured by greed or corrupted by the love of gold. But that doesn't make us servants of the enemy. Our grudge between our kind are put aside when we have a common enemy, such as orcs or goblins. The most recent examples of this is the War of Dwarves and Orcs, where all the clans were united to almost exterminate the orcs and goblins in the Misty Mountains, about 200 years ago.
I see. But what about Dorhans?
We are not a clan amongst the 7, but we'll come to it. Let me just continue my story. The time passed. Great wars were fought. The First Age came to an end. The land of Beleriand went under the sea, and the shape of the world changed a lot.
Ah, that was when Numenor was created, right?
Indeed. Numenor was gifted by the Valar to the men who helped in the war fought until the end of the First Age, while our people, for the same deeds, got nothing but death and lost kingdoms.
Lost kingdoms?
The Eredluin, where we currently are, were greatly reshaped by this time. Water flew in and mountains were leveled. The kingdoms of Tumun-Zahar and Gabil-Gatol, also known as Logrod and Belagost, home of the Firebirds and Broombeams, were destroyed. The Dour Ends represent what remains of those people.
But today the Blue Mountains house mostly you people, the Longbirds, right?
Longbirds came here later when they had no other place to go. Our people stayed in Khazad-dûm for all of the Second Age. When this age ended, Numenor was sunk, Arda was made round, and the First Age began. Long after the beginning of the Third Age, Durin's Bane appeared. Oh, that was 1,000 years ago. Durin's folk was forced to flee. Run away! They went to the Grey Mountains, to the north. But there were dragons. Run away! So they left to the Lonely Mountain. But here came Smoke, the great drake. Run away! So they fled either to the arid Engrin, the Iron Mountains, into the Wilderness, or to the Blue Mountains.
But now Smoke is dead and your people is taking back the Moria.
Yes, nowadays a lot of our people return to Erebor. A good number is still in the arid Engrin, and the White Mountains, with the cities of Zikil-Jabal and Keshel, and more recently, the Glittering Caves were colonized by some of our people, led by Gimli, son of Glowing. Some settlements are also present in Eriador, here and there. And yes, now that Durin's Bane is missing, we can challenge the orcs in the Hall of Khazad-dûm. At last we can walk in the kingdom under the mountain, in the halls of our forefathers.
But this is the age of man.
But this is the age of man, yes.
The orcish population is declining all around. Eriador, Gondor, Ravanon are safer as ever. The kingdoms of men stretch from northern Eriador to Harondor.
Yes. All around you did well, and our people live in prosperity. And that's why we need to take care of those Dar'ans. They are the last real threat for travelers nearby. They also cause troubles in northern Eriador, between Foroshan and the Misty Mountains.
We also have our hands full in the south, and that's the exact same reason I'm here, you see.
Oh, would you dare to explain further?
Well, I did not come here for no reason. I actually need something from you.